Hello friends, my name is Souvik and you're watching Souvik Says. This is the channel where we help you decipher tech. I'm sure you've come to this video looking at the thumbnail and the title of the video. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right into it. To give you a definition of net neutrality, let me quote Wikipedia. Net neutrality is the principle that entails service providers do not discriminate between users or content or platform on the internet, and they are not allowed to show any differential or rather preferential treatment to certain content or certain platforms or certain websites versus the other. Well, that's not the Wikipedia definition, but yeah, that's what net neutrality means to me in a nutshell, and I think that's what should make a lot of sense to you guys as well. To give you some history, the Federal Communications Commission or the FCC adopted the net neutrality rules in 2015, which prevented the internet service providers from doing the stuff that we discussed in the definition earlier. However, just a week ago, that is on the 14th of December 2017, the FCC went ahead and agreed to the proposal made by its chairman Ajit Pai to scrap those rules and introduce net neutrality, or rather scrap away net neutrality in the US. So the burning question is, why is net neutrality important? To answer that, let us take an example. Say there are a few competing e-commerce websites, namely Amazon, Flipkart, Banggood and AliExpress. Now, me as a user would prefer to shop with either of these depending on a lot of factors like the price, the availability, how quickly the item can ship to my address, so on and so forth. Now, in a situation where net neutrality does not exist, what will happen is one of these e-commerce providers can actually pay my internet service provider and ask them to prefer their platform over others. So what that means is, say Amazon is the e-commerce provider who pays my internet service provider. What that will do is, if I try to open a Flipkart, a Banggood or an AliExpress, one of three things might happen. Number one, I won't be able to open those websites because they will be blocked. Number two, the speed to those websites will be throttled, which will mean that the kind of experience I will have while opening up an Amazon and shopping on Amazon will be very different compared to the other websites. So, obviously because of that, I would tend to gravitate towards Amazon. And number three will be a paid package kind of a thing, wherein the ISP will ask me to pay certain amount over and above what I'm already paying them in order to unlock the other e-commerce websites. Now that's a very detrimental thing to happen, because I think the whole internet and the content that is based out of the internet is reliant on the fact that all types of information is available to each and every individual accessing the internet. So what does that mean to us, specifically folks based out of India or folks not based out of the US? Well, to be honest, since this has been proposed in the US itself, it does not directly have a lot of impact on the other countries. But historically, we have seen that most other countries tend to follow in the footsteps of the US. So if this is something that gets legalized and becomes a concrete law in the United States, I think a lot of other countries might follow suit sometime in the near future, which might or might not include India as well. What that will mean is, there'll be a lot of questions around the freedom of speech, a lot of questions around censorship, which is something India is known to not do. Case in point being China, wherein you cannot access Google or Twitter, and you have to only access portals that are signed off by the government. So it will be a somewhat similar situation wherein maybe the government will not be controlling the content, but the ISPs here will be the king. That would also mean that a lot of new players in the market who might not have the capital to pay the ISPs to give them the preference would lose out. So, there might be a new e-commerce website which provides exemplary service and has absolutely competitively priced products, but they will not be able to thrive just because they do not have the money to pay the ISPs so that they are preferred over the other e-commerce websites. Now, that's a very scary thought, that tends to bring a monopoly in the market, that tends to kill competition, and end of the day, it's not something that's really good for the user. So that's it, guys. I think this is something we should take a look at more seriously. Folks in the US, if you have a channel to make your voices heard, please go ahead and do that. Folks in other countries, keep your eyes open, and in case you see something like this happening, I think it should be the right time to raise your voices and let our opinion known. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a very big thumbs up. If you didn't, make sure you vote it down. And please do consider subscribing for more of such content in the future. And please ensure that you share this with your tech-minded friends and family members, because you never know whom this might be useful for. You guys have a good time. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, be safe and be curious. Bye-bye.